All right, so today I want to talk to you about setting up for SMAW, and I know we get kind of an odd view there, but I'm actually inside the welding booth. This is the Lincoln 350 Invertech 350, but this setup will work for the Millers as well as the Lincoln. Okay, so when you come into your welding booth, obviously you're going to check for your equipment. Make sure that you have all of your equipment. Every welding booth should have a welding jacket that you need to put on. Okay. Um, every welding booth should have a welding helmet. Okay, an auto tinting welding helmet. So you want to make sure that's in your welding booth. Every welding booth should have a wire brush with the booth number marked on it. So you will see when you come in the booth number up at the top, and you'll make sure that the wire brush number and the booth number correspond. You should also have a chipping hammer, and you should also have a pair of slip joint pliers. And also on these slip joint pliers, there's also a corresponding number that should match your welding booth. Okay, so all of your tools should be marked to match your welding booth. Okay, you want to make sure that your table is set up. Make sure that the bolt back here is secure and snug so that the table's not going to fall. You also want to make sure that the bolt underneath the table right here is secure, so the table is not going to flip over on you as we are welding in the 1G position. Okay, make sure that that is nice and secure. Okay, you also want to bring your recovery line down about to where you're going to be welding, so that it will recover the fumes for you as you're welding as well. Then we're going to start the process of checking our power source, our secondary power source. Okay. First thing we're going to do is check our ground clamp, and I like to start at the power source and work out. So I'm going to check my pigtail and make sure that it is secure. Just give it a little snug, and I'm going to check it here and make sure that it is snug here. Make sure that the cover is not loose here, not coming loose. Make sure that it's snug in here. Okay, I like to run my hands down the cable. Make sure that it's not kinked. Make sure that there's not any exposed wires. Make sure that it's all secure. Make sure that there hasn't been any hot electrodes or anything dropped on it as I look at it. Okay. And then I'm going to check the nut where it is secured to my clamp. Make sure that it is secure. Make sure that my springs are good inside here. Check inside. Make sure that I have my brass connection inside here. Make sure those screws look secure. They don't look loose. Once I'm sure that that is good, on the back of these tables, there's a spot there that you can hook your ground clamp to. I'm going to go ahead and hook that to there, or you can hook it to the screw clamp right there. So your adjuster, going to hook it up right there. Okay. And I like to put my ground cable at the back of my booth, so it's just one less cable that I'm walking over, and I'll step out of the way so you can see it. It's back out of the way, so I'm not tripping over it as I'm moving in and out of my welding booth. The next thing I'm going to check is my electrode holder lead, or my work lead. Again, going to check and make sure that it is secure inside here. Following it down, checking this is my pigtail, checking to make sure that it's all secure, snug. Again, same thing, making sure that there's no kinks or burn spots on my electrode holder. Checking the handle, making sure that it's good, making sure that the ceramic safeties on here, ceramic covers are good, making sure that my springs are good, making sure that everything looks good on here. There's no exposed brass or anything such as that. Once I'm sure that that is good, I'm going to go ahead and turn on my machine. I'm going to let it do its magic. And I've thrown a breaker. Give me half a second here. I'll throw on a breaker. I'm going to let it do its magic, and once it's turned on, I'm going to come into here, and on the millers, there's a big knob that you can turn, but I'm going to look and see, and if you look very closely, you can see here, there's several different processes that we can look at: CV inner shield, CV wire, TIG, GTAW, CV stick weld, CV stick crisp, CV stick soft. And if you look at the different pictures, they kind of give you an idea of what it is that we're doing. Well, we are doing stick welding, and I like to leave it at crisp. So the second one down, you've got a selector, a little rubber button here that will select which process that you want. Again, CV stick crisp, CC constant current stick crisp is the one that we want. Do not worry about these knobs right here. I have them set where we want them at. So once we have them set, make sure that you check this, because there may be other students in here that may be doing another process. They may be doing wire feed. They may be doing another process. So make sure that you check this as well. This is your amperage control. So depending on the size of electrode that we are using, depending on the type of electrode, this is what you're going to use to set your amperage. And then once you have your amperage set at whatever you want it at, then you will pick up your electrode holder, insert your electrode into it, and begin to start the welding process. And that is pretty much it, how you're going to set it for SMAW. Again, whether it's the Millers or whether it is the Lincolns, they all pretty much set up the same.